Hi, Dr. Chris here. Great to have you with me. I have a little bit of a cold, so please bear with me while we explore the exciting topic of making mistakes. Yeah, not so much. Most of us don't like admitting that we make mistakes, despite the conventional wisdom that says we can actually learn a lot from our mistakes, which is true. It doesn't make it any more fun or more comfortable to admit that, right? So, the reason we don't like to is it stirs up lots of feelings. I'm embarrassed, I'm shamed, I feel guilty, I didn't want to make anybody mad. And so then we start justifying and judging ourselves and the other party, or we get stuck doing all of it, shutting down, not wanting to talk at all. None of it's great, right? So over the course of our lifetimes, we've had lots of opportunities to make mistakes and learn from them. Today, instead of looking at all the reasons why we shouldn't make mistakes and why we should know better or all the theory that goes behind it, I'd like to invite you in to a body-based awareness practice so that you can get to learn your own reaction to making mistakes. We know that under stress, the body, as a biological organism, tends to contract a little bit. And sometimes that tension can be kind of subtle. So I want you to pay attention here today to doing that. Now, for those of you who really aren't into this, I'll see you later. For those of you who are game, what I'd invite you to do is listen to the words of this great author, Anne Lamott. She's one of my favorites. And she says this: you have to make mistakes. You have to make mistakes in order to learn who you aren't. You take an action, you get an insight. You don't think your way into becoming who you are. I think we actually feel our way into becoming who we are. And so, since you're still hanging out here, here's what I'd caution you for as we enter this practice. It'll be pretty short. Couple of things. You'll probably feel some emotion. Maybe it'll be surprising, maybe it won't. Just go with it. You might notice some body tension or some pain, or not. Hang out with that. It would be all normal. You might notice yourself wanting to push away. Oh, I don't really want to look at that. Or alternatively, you really want to blame the person in the situation with you. All of that is grist for the mill, and it's pretty typical. So not to worry. Actually, I'd invite you to be generous with all of that so that you can find a way to learn about your signature response and to work with yourselves differently. All good. So here's what I'd like you to do is to stand up or sit in your chair and sit or stand nice and tall. And go ahead and take notice, first of all, where the breath is most vibrant for you, where you actually feel yourself being alive. Could be at your nose, your mouth, your chest, your belly. Yeah, just feel into it. Take a couple, 3 deep breaths in through the nose, slows down the breathing, and out through the mouth. One more. Great. And on this breath, one more in-breath, and on the exhalation, bring to mind something or someone that makes you smile. And as you do so, take your forefinger and thumb on each hand and press them together. And let that smiley experience really fill you up as you press your thumb and forefinger together. Smiling's permitted if it happens. It's all good. And now what I'd like you to do is to bring to mind a recent junior-sized mistake you've made, no more than a 5 on a 1 to 10 scale. Maybe you shrunk your daughter's favorite sweater, the credit card payment was due and it's late, or that project at work, well, it actually didn't go so well. Whatever it is, make sure it's junior size and bring it to mind. And what I'd like you to do is to bring it to mind fully. Who was there? What were they doing, you doing? What was the situation? Do you notice feeling anything? How are you talking to yourself? Give you a moment to do that. And now what I'd invite you to do is take and turn an imaginary thermostat dial up. So you're going to feel the intensity of this mistake a little bit more. And the typical places to look might be your jaw or your hands, your belly, your feet, or any other place actually. One deep breath, and on this breath, exhale it out. Make a note here to remember what came up for you that's worth remembering. And do the hokey pokey. Mix it up. Want to move? Moving helps the brain process, in short. And now resume standing or sitting nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling down, bring to mind that person or pet or situation that makes you smile, and go ahead and just bring it and let it smile. Let yourself smile. Let yourself remember the wisdom from this experience. And as we wind up here today, take that with you without beating yourself up or blaming, learning to work with yourselves and your mistakes a little bit more effectively. I'm Dr. Chris. Next week, look for a pragmatic practice in your inbox, and in 2 weeks, a leadership brief that'll have some resources, some of those more heady ones, and some funny stuff for you to take advantage of. Have a great week. Bye-bye.